Hi everyone, it's Nicole for Honeybee Stamps with two Frappe shaped birthday gift card holders to share with you. I love these shaped cards from Honeybee Stamps, and this is one of the newer die collections from the last release. And I've created some birthday themed cards for two of my favorite upcoming 18-year-olds. They love to go to the tea place here locally, and I thought this would be really fun to tuck in some gift cards for them for their birthdays. These cards are going to be exactly the same, and I'm going to just be creating one of them on camera, but I did both of them at the same time. So I was sharing here, I used the Frappe shaped card, and then I was showing that we're using the Enjoy stamp set for the greeting on the front, the Be Bold numeric numbers to customize the card with the birthday date, the gift card pocket for the inside of the card, die cut from vellum, and then some Shake It Off sentiments from the Shake It Off stamp set to customize that gift card pocket inside. I always like to have a little something special on the inside of the card as well as the outside. So here is a look at the front of both cards, and you can tell that there's lots of little detail work. That begins with, I did die cut everything from some Bristol Smooth cardstock, but that foam on the top I am going to customize with my favorite snow marker. Now this one I did cover the entire whipped topping piece. I will show you here in a minute that I actually kind of stop about a ½ inch from the bottom. That's in order to place that border or banner along the bottom, not banner, the bottom part of the cup lid across the bottom with the stamped sentiment, and so that it lays flat because this is going to be textured. Snow markers are amazing for adding texture to the card. In this case, the whipped topping on top of the drink. This could go for coffee or tea drinks, whatever it might be, but isn't that cute? So it gives a ton of texture to the top of that Cool Whip topping, and it's really easy. You put it on, you heat it with your heat tool, and it puffs up. The lid, I'm adding a hint of color with Tumbled Glass Distress ink, very, very light. The border, or the bottom part of the cup lid, also going to be inked with tumbled glass. This just gives the illusion of glass without actually having a clear component. I decided I didn't want to do anything clear here today, and I'm just going to work with my inks and things to give it the illusion of that without actually having to die cut acetate. Now for the drink portion itself, I am inking this with Gathered Twigs and Ground Espresso Distress inks. Because this is on Bristol Smooth cardstock, it really is applying very, very nicely. I will spritz this with water from a distress sprayer once I have the ink blend the way I want it to look. I did leave the bottom of the cup purposely light, almost like the cream that's in the bottom of the drink or the ice or whatever it might be. I thought it would look a little bit more natural that way, so I went ahead and left that white and just kind of lightly did an ombre down to the bottom. We're going to spritz this, blot it dry with a paper towel, and this panel is going to go on the bottom part of the card. I love that there's the card base, and then there is the pieces to adhere on top of it that cover that. So you have your card base, but you can customize the pieces with your other die cut panels and things and really customize it the way you want. Now for this bottom of the cup lid, I am going to ink that, just the edges, with Tumbled Glass Distress ink as well. And this is where the sentiment for the front of the cup is going to go. We're going to customize the front of the cup with some die cut numbers for the birthday age. This obviously would work for any age, not just 18. You could also, I think it would be really cute to put like 25 on here and decorate with holly berry die cuts and do a Christmas themed gift card. So if you want to do Christmas gift cards to your favorite coffee and tea places for someone. A few simple changes and you could swap that out so easy. So here is where I decided I needed my snow marker, that puffy material, not to go all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to simply die cut another one, heat set the snow marker liquid, and it puffs right up. How cute is that? And then I'm taking the Lawn Fawn glue tube and adding little dots of glue into the quote-unquote foam. And from there, I'm going to take the Honeybee Stamps coffee bean beads. These are awesome little beads from Honeybee Stamps that you can use for shakers and things, but I'm using it for sprinkles on top of my drink. So those little dabs of glue are just going to hold on to the material, and you're going to have these awesome little sprinkles at the top. I think that's really fun. Just a nice extra little touch. These cards are fairly simple, so every extra little touch on these really makes them pop. Things like the puffy foam, like the sprinkles on the drink, like the little hearts that we're going to add that add a nice little pop of color, adding spritzes of water to the drink portion of the cup to give it that illusion of being a coffee or tea drink. So any of those little things you can do add a lot to the overall finished design of the card. Let's go ahead and glue our pieces to our card base. I do want to mention this is a long die. I would highly recommend, I used Bristol Smooth Cardstock, which if you don't know is 9 by 12 inches. I really highly recommend die cutting your card base from a 12-inch pattern paper. I have the Spellbinders Platinum die cutting machine. You can also use your Sizzix with an extended platform. If you have the Gemini with the extended long platform, you will be able to die cut these card bases very easily from that. But make sure you're using an extended platform. There's also ways that you can die cut the elements and piece them together if all you have is a regular platform. So don't be discouraged if you don't have those. Yes, they make it a little bit easier, but there are ways to piece these together and still make these adorable shaped cards. So look how fun that is. There's my card base. There's also a couple circles you might have seen there that come with your Frappe shaped card if you want to customize the front of your cup with those instead of like I'm doing here. I'm adding numbers. I think it would be cute to do a little pumpkin on here and make these pumpkin spice lattes or whatever. Definitely lots and lots of different ways to customize these cups. I am gluing some die cut mirror cardstock numbers. These were die cut from gold cardstock. Now, I didn't stamp the rim of my cup the way I wanted to the first time. You can see it says a birthday treat. I decided to do both lines of text on there because they're going to fit, and I think it's going to work a lot better. So I actually redid this, and I stamped a birthday treat just from you from the Enjoy stamp set, embossed with gold embossing powder, and then I'm popping it up with a little foam adhesive, and I'm purposely not taking it all the way to the top of that. That way the foam from the top of the cup kind of tucks right under there, and that finishes off the front of the card so nicely, except for a little pop of red. And you may, if you follow me, you've probably heard me talk about this before. I'm a big fan of a little pop of red on anything. In this case, we're going to add 3 little hearts to each side of the second row of sentiment on the rim of our cup. And then we're going to add another one down by the 8 on the 18 to pull that color down and just to kind of finish off the embellishing. Simple, very flat. These candy hearts from Honeybee come in this Kiss Me color, a pink color, and white. I love them. I use them on everything. I wish they came in every color of the rainbow because they are probably my most favorite little embellishment. So here's what the front of both cards look like. Exactly the same, so cute. Now let's work on the inside of the card where we're going to create our gift card pocket. Honeybee has this great gift card pocket die. You can die cut it from any material you want. I'm die cutting mine from vellum to make it see-through so it's really evident to the recipient that there's a gift card in here. I love that it's going to completely fit within the card. It's going to be hidden. You're not going to see it when you open it, and it secures your gift card to your card. You don't have to worry about it falling out the sides of our shaped Frappe card base. So I'm going to assemble it first, and I'm using score tape down both sides to secure this. It's not going to hide the adhesive, but I'm not really looking to hide it. I'm looking for a nice clean finished edge. Score tape gives me that. This is 1/8 inch score tape. We're going to secure the back flaps to the back of the card, and then in those same two spots we're going to put another piece of adhesive and secure that to our card base after we've done our stamping. I did both of these again at the same time because we are going to need to stamp each line of text, and I'm switched it up a little bit. I'm going to be masking off parts of it to customize this for my recipients. So the first line of text actually reads, "with enough coffee." That's absolutely cute. Leave that if that's the kind of card or gift card you're giving. I'm going to mask off the word coffee, and the first line of text is going to read "with enough." I mask that off with Post-it tape, ink it up with a clear embossing ink, stamp that, and then I'm going to emboss this with gold embossing powder. That's really going to tie into the front of the card, but we're going to switch out the word coffee then, which we're going to put underneath with the word tea, also from the Shake It Off stamp set. So let's heat set the words "with enough" first, and we're going to do that for the second pocket as well. See how that's going to fit inside? So super cute. Now we're going to ink up the word tea, stamp that, and this time I want the word tea to pop. So I'm going to emboss this with red embossing powder instead of gold. Then we're going to switch back to gold for the rest of our sentiment. Now again, the next phrase we're putting on our card reads "anything is possible." It's a little too long for the gift card pocket. So I will be masking off the word "possible" and will stamp "anything is," emboss with gold embossing powder, clean our stamp really good, switch it over to the word "possible" then, and mask off the rest of the sentiment and stamp that twice. It sounds kind of fussy, but it really is super easy. And a great way to, I call it, cozy up your sentiment. I don't like my sentiments to be too far apart. You could definitely put all of these on your Misty or acrylic block and stamp it all at once, especially if you cut apart your sentiments. I don't like to do that. Number one, if possible, I don't. And number two, it ends up that your sentiments aren't as close together as you might want. You can see there's a little overlap with my sentiments, which you cannot get if you put all of the sentiments on a acrylic block or in your stamp positioner and stamp them all at once. I like mine to be cozy. I like them to be squished together a little bit more and a little bit tighter presentation. So for me, it's really an easy process to just stamp them one line at a time. What makes it even more worthwhile is I'm stamping multiples of this. So instead of, doing all of this for one card, I'm actually doing it for two. You could even do it for more if you are giving maybe a whole bunch of Christmas gifts. Wouldn't this be amazing to do a whole bunch like this? You just stamp them each line, and it really makes it worthwhile, in my opinion. So very easy. We've customized our sentiment. Look how cute that is. And you're still going to be able to read this even after you tuck your gift card into this pocket. Once we have our stamping and embossing done, we're going to take that 1/8 inch score tape again. And what I like to do to keep the back of the pocket nice and clean, even though you can kind of see the adhesive down both sides where we secured the pocket to itself, we're going to put another piece of adhesive then on those little strips on the back in the same spot, and that's where we're going to adhere the pocket to the card. So you're not actually going to have adhesive in the center of the pocket, and it won't show through after the recipient has removed the gift card from the card. So down each side, peel off the backing paper, open up our card. I'm just going to center this right here, pop that in place, and there is the finished card design. I even took my bone folder and kind of just went over those sides to make sure it was really nice and secure. We'll do this for the other one, and that is going to finish up these birthday gift card holder Frappe shaped cards featuring lots of stamps and dies from Honeybee Stamps. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for these 2 shaped cards featuring the Frappe shaped cards and then other sentiments and dies used to customize these to make them into birthday gift card holders. The supplies I used to create my cards are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos featuring Honeybee stamps and dies that you might be interested in. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for card making and stamping videos. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.